All right, yo. All right, so I got low key into this rabbit hole. I was watching. What was I watching? I feel like I was watching something on TikTok or on Instagram, and it got me thinking about Joe Jackson. No, I saw Tito Jackson and Jackson 5 singing, and it got me thinking about Joe Jackson. So I went up my search Joe Jackson, and I wanted to just see, like, if he passed away or not, because I figured like he's probably dead by now, and he was dead. But then it got me in a rabbit hole because I was like, everyone always talks about how bad Joe Jackson was, and I'm the type of person who I'm always gonna think what they're not saying. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, let me look at some Joe Jackson interviews. I already watched a few. Let me see. I'm gonna go back to this one. But I was like, Joe Jackson. The fuck? Joe Jackson. Let's see what Michael said. Let's see what Michael
I wanted to play sometimes, and I couldn't. I
Why
had
not?
to go.
Why couldn't?
I had to go to the studio.
Show me what you can do. Shake it, baby. Come on now. Shake it, baby. Ooh, ooh. 1, 2, 3, baby. A, B, C, baby. Do, re, mi, baby. Hey, let's go. Love can do.
When you would be practicing, you were very heavily disciplined by your father. What was that like?
Well, I didn't have it that hard because he used me as the example. It was like, do it like Michael. And he practiced us with a belt in his hand. And if you miss a step,
Bro, see, I don't really like shit like this because, bro, I know that sounds like crazy. Like, it sounds OD. This dude, you trying to practice, this dude got a belt in his hand. Like, I know I sound extreme. But what y'all gotta realize is that there are literally black kids every day who gotta deal with the same thing. I'm just gonna keep it real with y'all. Bro, I lost a basketball game and my dad whooped my ass for losing a basketball game, bro. And that's just what it was, bro. Like, and I love my pops, bro. My pops, I had one of the best pops. That's just how it was. Now we're talking about back in Gary, Indiana, in the hood. And this is their way out. Bro, this is not uncommon. I think because of his popularity, the people around him, they just make it seem way worse than what it actually was. Especially when it's like a white reporter who can't relate anything to Michael Jackson and where he's from. That's my issue with this.
expect to be
Just let me go back. You just said that you would practice the dance steps and your father would be holding a belt in his hand. Is that
See, like, but this white dude, he can't even understand it, bro. This is the difference between culture, bro. When people are from different cultures, they're not going to relate or understand certain cultural things. If my dad was still alive, bro, he would tell you he done got hit with a switch. Like, you go outside, you grab a stick, and you get beat with it, bro. That's just what happens, bro. I know niggas today, bro, who will tell you they got beat with the cord, a wire, like, bro. This is just what happens a lot of times, at least in the black homes and black families. So this right here is nothing uncommon, but the white reporter can't relate to it. So for him, this seems like the worst thing in the world because he didn't grow up where he grew up.
what you just said?
yes.
Okay, you can't
And he
believe
would
it.
tear you up if you missed. And so we, not only were we practicing, we were nervous rehearsing because he sat in the chair and he had this bell in his hand. And if you didn't do it the right way, he would tear you up, really get you. And I got it a lot of times, but I think my brother Marlon got it the most because he had a hard time at first. And he tried so hard. And it was always, do it like Michael, but the others were very nervous, and I was nervous too, because he was tough.
How often would he beat you?
Too much.
Would he only use a belt?
Like, bro, like I know this sounds crazy, and I'm not saying that this was the right way for him to handle it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna say this was the right way to handle it because I feel like there's way better ways to like discipline kids and stuff like that. But you gotta realize that is all he knew, bro. We're talking about straight out the civil rights movement. His pops, Joe Jackson, probably went through crazy shit already. You know what I'm saying? Like, there wasn't no internet, there wasn't the books to know how to raise kids and keep them out of the hood, bro. He's only doing what he knows, and that is goes into the generational trauma and like breaking the generational curses and cycles. So I'm not saying that was the right way, but I don't think we should tag him with the word abuser because that's not an abuser. Literally everybody was doing it back then. It was just the normal. And they never cared about black kids this much. You know what I'm saying? Like, since when do we start caring about black kids getting abused? Like, that shit's crazy.
Why do you do this to me?
You over here crying.
No, more than a belt.
What else?
Bro, I done got some crazy behind whoopers before, bro. Bro, my pops, bro, literally slapped the crap out of me one time, bro. No belt at all. I had to throw my toy away in the garbage, right? And then he's like, all right, you gonna clean your room? All right. He threw my toys away. I pretend like I was throwing the toys away, and I snuck a toy and I hit it. And I walk inside, and he's like, you didn't think I saw that? Boom! Slapped the shit out of me, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. That I felt that one too. I'm like mad young at the time. But let me tell you, I love my pops, bro. I'm not gonna be here crying about it, bro. It made me stronger. Like that's just how I feel about it.
What else would he use to hit you with?
Ironing cords.
Yeah.
Well, too.
But you were only a child.
I know.
You were a baby.
I know. It's one thing to discipline.
And you were producing successful records.
I know. He would lose his temper. I just remember hearing my mother scream, Joe, you're gonna kill him, you're gonna kill him, stop it, you're gonna kill him, and I was so fast, he couldn't catch me half the time, but when he would catch me, oh my God, it was bad.
That's why also I think, I'm gonna be real with you, bro. Parents gotta be on the same page, because if parents are not on the same page, that's when kids start to feel like this. If the mom and the pops is on the same page, the kid's gonna be getting reinforcement from both parents instead of like a conflict within the kid. So that's huge. That's huge. Like, one parent can be good cop, and one parent can be bad cop, of course, but y'all still got to be coming from the same place. The mom can't be saying like your father is this, your father is that, because once you start doing that, it's terrible for the kid. But let's hear what Joe Jackson had to say. No, actually, I want to hear what Tito had to say. Yeah, Tito.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Not this one. Hold on. It was. I think it was.
People have.
So Tito, bro, I think he's like the second oldest or the third oldest Jackson brother. So he has first-hand experience. Rest in peace to Tito Jackson, first of all. He passed away a few days ago, so rest in peace to him. But he has first-hand knowledge of what was popping off.
An assessment of the way.
Joe, basically, guys, here's my hot take. Joe Jackson wasn't really the villain that we thought he was. I don't think Joe Jackson is the villain that the media portrayed him to be. That's just me though.
Way that you were raised. It's in the news. Like, people talk about, Joe and how he raised you. Did you feel any level of resentment? Did you think that was unnecessary, or just what you needed?
What I say about that is people can say what they want. I know my lifestyle. I respect people. People respect me. And my father was strict, but he had his reasons. You didn't think that those reasons were unreasonable. Oh no. I mean, come on, we all black in here, just about.
Just about. That's what you think.
Everybody get the white dude right there. He looks like a manager.
Now, come on, we know what I'm saying.
Right.
You know, our parents didn't spare the rod, man.
Right.
You know, you
Right.
did something wrong, you were scared to go home.
Right.
So that's just the way it was.
And that's I always thought, like, look, I can't. That man, I wasn't in that household, but I can say this: your name is written in the stars, and you have to have, to some degree,
Absolutely.
some level of appreciation for what got you there.
Absolutely.
So
Totally.
you were appreciative of it.
Oh man, I've always said way back in the day that I think that my father did a fantastic job. I think he's one of the greatest men. And today a lot of men need to learn from him.
I think so too.
Bro, this is another thing, bro. I'm sorry, like, and this is just I feel passionate about because I feel I hear so many like these narratives in the media, and I just don't agree with them, bro. I don't agree with them. He's obviously not saying be like Joe Jackson and beat your kids every chance you get. Like that would be crazy. Like we learn as time goes on. Through each generation, we learn better ways to do things, of course. But these men, I don't want to get yellow mark, so I'm not gonna say what I want to say. But these men are soft as baby diapers, bro. They literally soft as a baby's behind. These dudes, that's why they kids acting the way they acting. Kids are acting the way they're acting because they have no strict male in their crib telling them what to do. I wasn't doing. I mean, I obviously as a kid I did dumb stuff, but I wasn't doing just crazy hood rat, like delinquent type of stuff because my dad was at home and he was strict, bro. So I knew I'm not just gonna be out here running the streets or doing whatever I was doing because I had to answer to my pops. More kids need that. Specifically black young men need that in their lives. Because that's why we have these little kids acting like demons. Because there's no strict males, bro. So he's absolutely right. And what he's saying is that they need more of that Joe Jackson energy. Play around if you want to, bro. You want to do your work? You don't want to go to school? You don't want to do what you're supposed to do? You don't want to listen to your mom? You won't get the behind toe up from the floor up. And that's just how it is. And you don't always gotta be beaten, but like, you know what I'm saying? It's basically just some strict reinforcement. So I totally agree with him on that.
Yeah, because
No, I didn't. I'm glad he wasn't the barge's father. That'd been crazy. But, you know what's very funny? I have a family. I have a family of 4, and you talk to all of our family, and they will have a different interpretation of the way that they were raised, and a different interpersonal relationship with the same house, same food, same. But you would think we were raised in 4 different houses with 4 different sets of parents, because everybody has an idea and a interpretation of the way they were raised that doesn't have. You could have the same situation and interpret it a different way.
yeah, that's true. Me and Jackie probably and Jermaine got the blunt of whatever it was that we, then about time Michael, Marlon, and Randy and Janet came along, he was pretty tired. So
That's how it's crazy that he says that, because then you hear Michael saying that he got the worst of it, which I'm not saying he didn't or whatever. Or he said Marlon got the worst of it, but I'm not saying he didn't. But it's definitely usually the oldest, in my experience, that get the worst of it, and then by the youngest, the parents get kind of a little bit softer. So
It ran out of wind.
You spent all this time whooping Tito ass. You gotta lay down a little bit.
yeah. So he could never hit Michael. He swing over here, Michael's over there. So
bro, it's funny too because like, bro, it's funny you say that because I have a little brother, right? I don't call him little. He'll get mad. I have a younger brother. You know what I'm saying? And 4 years age difference. And it's funny because the way he remembers stuff sometimes, I'm like, bro, that's not how it happened. Like, so sometimes younger kids will remember something way worse than what it actually was. Like, he'll remember like this crazy event that happened and it was so bad, but I was actually old enough to actually remember accurately what happened, what caused it to happen, and how it happened, and how bad it was, and it wasn't even that bad. So that's another thing when you hear Michael Jackson saying this, or younger people saying stuff, and Tito saying like, bro, not that he didn't get spanked, but it wasn't even as bad as the oldest three got it. So that's hilarious that he says that.
All of this stuff, and we have to talk about that. All the stuff that's going on with Michael. How does that make you feel? What do you
Well, it
think?
makes me feel really bad because Michael is probably one of the most different type of people. Growing up, his life is
Wait, when did this
basically
come out?
who he is. You
4
know,
years
he
ago.
was a kid all his life, and he never got things to do that most kids do, play outside. And
You thought that hurt his development?
well, it makes him want to do things longer, I think. He still was enjoying Mickey Mouse and Disneyland movies and things like that. So that's basically where he was as a person.
When you see all the things that are said, are there some things you just patently just disagree with? Are there some things you see any consistency in?
Well, totally wrong. I think the world has him wrong. He was a very loving person. I think he's kind of the persons that felt that when he was growing up, he wouldn't want a kid to get spanked the way he was,
right,
or whatever. Or he's very giving. If a kid needs help in the hospital or school or needs to go to college, he's there, man. He was.
Then
just,
why do so many people have a different opinion?
Because people make their own speculations, number one, and a lot of us just can't perceive that type of a person. And they just.
When you say that, I don't know what you mean.
Well, they can't see nobody that would pay for some other kid's operations or this or that or want to play with children like that. They just don't understand. I understand it because Michael never been into a bar. You know, he's a person.
Have you ever been to a bar, Tito?
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
That's hilarious. I just thought it was super interesting. I wanted to check it out because I feel like I was just got into a rabbit hole. You know how, but I feel like everyone has that point where they get into like a rabbit hole of like, it's like a random subject from watching like a TikTok video. Now you're doing all this other research. That's kind of what happened to me today, bro. I was just watching something and it was about the Jacksons, and I'm in this whole rabbit hole now, and it just kind of got me like spiked up a little bit, and I feel like I wanted to do like a reaction video or just like a video going over the whole like Joe Jackson narrative and stuff like that, and how they were abused and stuff like that. And I don't know. I thought it was interesting. Let me know if y'all mess with the video. This is my first, like, I'm trying something different with the YouTube channel, right? So I'm trying to like just do more, like, I'm just going to do a little bit of everything, honestly, a little bit of variety. We're going to do more types of reactions, music, everything really. And we're going to do some IRL stuff. We're going to do a little bit of everything. I'm going to have my girl on the channel sometimes. She want to be on the channel. She be a little stingy sometimes with the get on the camera, but when she wants to get on the camera and she wants to be in a video, we're gonna have her. My younger brother, he gonna be on here. My boy, bro, we're gonna have a good time, guys. We're gonna do this right. We're gonna do this big. Right now we got like 7.5 thousand subscribers. You know what we're trying to do. The goal right now is 10,000 subscribers. So please, please, please do me a favor and subscribe to the channel. And if you don't subscribe, or if you do subscribe, let me know in the comments what I can do better to make this a better video for you, or just better content for you, or just like feedback, constructive criticism. Cause I don't want to flame your ass. You know what I'm saying? I will flame your ass if you try to flame me. Just letting you know. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna mess with y'all when I mess with y'all. All right, be easy, be easy.